Meihana.
Meihana, I'm Clint.
Wairoa teen Meihana Kotuhi is about to take his first official driving lesson.
So the first thing I want you to do is get in the car, get comfortable, seatbelt, mirrors, and then we'll go from there.
Sweet as.
The 18-year-old is currently on his learner's licence.
Okay, at the gate, we'll just stop.
But he's practising for his upcoming restricted driver's test.
Okay, from here we're going to turn left. This is where I want you to practice that left shoulder check before we approach the corner.
But Meihana won't be able to sit his test in his hometown because practical driving tests were taken away from Wairoa.
It floors me that they could have just so easily taken away something that was really important.
Wairoa, like many small rural towns, doesn't have traffic lights or double lanes. It's thought this is the reason why drivers can't sit their restricted or full licence locally. So it means rangitahi wanting to sit a test have to go to either Napier or Gisborne, more than 100 kilometres away.
How on earth did they think our kids were going to get licences?
Denise Eaglesome-Karekare says it's setting rangatahi up for a lifetime of failure.
Young people will be pulled up because they're only on their learners or they've got no licence at all because we haven't got the facility here for them to sit that test.
You know, why do you need a licence here in Wairoa?
You need a licence here because it's the gateway to employment. And also, we've got a whole lot of rangatahi that live right out in the districts at Opunga, Mahia, Nuhaka, Whakaki, Tuai. They need licences to get into town. And once they get mahi, they need licences to get to their mahi.
You know, their first offence is probably a driving offence because they've got no licence, and then it spirals downhill from there. Yeah,
it's long been a frustration for local Mayor Craig Little.
And a lot of our whānau don't have vehicles that are even warranted to get to Gisborne, so then you've got to have someone take a day off work to take you up to Gisborne. So the cost to Wairoa alone is just, we just can't afford it.
We've taken the bull by the horns and thought we're not going to sit back and just not help our kids with this. We're going to do something about it, and what we've done is working.
What Denise is doing is running a driving program for 16 to 24-year-olds through the Wairoa Young Achievers Trust. They pay for rangatahi to sit their licence, provide driver education, and then transport them to take their practical test.
For the last 12 months, we've helped rangatahi get 63 learners' licences, 48 restricted and 27 full licences. So we've provided a pathway to help them get that licence, and we don't give up.
Drive instructor Clint Whitewood travels from Napier to help teach students.
How long have you had your full licence for there, John?
5 years now.
5 years, I'm expecting great things then.
Great things, no pressure.
So how about we go for a bit of a drive? Relax, it's all good. No, you'll be fine.
He's taking me on one of his typical driving lessons.
You know, for rangatahi Māori, what do you find when they start on these courses?
For the majority of them, they actually have spent considerable time already on the road, which isn't ideal. I mean, they're driving unlicensed. So I'd like to see a left. Oh, no, up there on the left. Yep, fail. No.
Even with a full licence, taking a driving lesson is stressful.
And how do you see the confidence grow in the rangatahi from when they first take their first lesson with you to when they gain their licence?
After each lesson, I can see the delight in what they've picked up in the short time that I'm with them. And obviously the end goal is the licence.
So would that be a pass or a fail? I feel like it would be a fail.
Tad rusty, but I'd be happy to give you a tick in the box.
Halfway. Thanks, Clint.
You know, there's a lot of anxiety when it comes to sitting for your test, so some won't pass because of that, and we help them go back. So we don't give up. We keep going until they get that licence, and as long as they don't give up on us, we won't give up on them.
The Trust works closely with the Wairoa Police Station, who refer a number of people to the course. I joined Senior Sergeant Maui Aben on patrol, who says the number of whānau without a driver's licence is a big concern.
Unfortunately, it's across the board. It's not just the rangatahi.
It's adults. We know some people have been driving for years and years and years and years and don't have a driver's licence.
Is there more of a relaxed attitude towards licences in rural areas?
For some of the community members, they may think that they don't need it, but they actually do. Because the licence is not just about having a licence, it's also about the skill that you're being assessed on when you go driving. You know, our roads are a dangerous place, and we should be doing everything we can to be safe on our roads. That includes getting the training necessary to be a good driver. That includes getting driver licensing.
Whenever we do any manoeuvre, such as a right turn or left turn, I want you to conduct a shoulder check.
What I learnt on this course is probably being more cautious on the roads. Something bad could happen, I could crash into someone, and they taught me how to be more cautious around my area.
Meihana Kotuhi is trying to learn from his past mistakes after running into trouble with the law for not having his licence.
What trouble did you get in not having a licence?
Got a fine for having passengers on a learner's licence and driving with no L plates while on the learner's licence. And these both were a bit of money.
Sounds like it's really stunting their development.
Oh, it is. It's these young ones, you know, you see their lives open up when they get a licence. But of course, a lot of them get their licence, but they've got so many fines and things like that they're in catch-up mode. You imagine if you've got all these fines, how are you ever going to buy a car for a start?
Still got the old signage and everything?
Oh, yeah.
This is where Mayor Little wants to see rangatahi being able to get their restricted and full licence at the former Wairoa Driver Licensing Test Centre.
So it's all set up to go?
It's all set up to go. It was going until they removed it overnight, basically.
The hui contacted Waka Kotahi about the lack of driving test in Wairoa and were told when it was last reviewed, Wairoa did not offer the variety of road situation or traffic volumes required to meet the restricted driving test conditions introduced in 2012 to improve young and novice driver safety. Waka Kotahi is in regular contact with the Wairoa District Council and community leaders. This includes the request to reinstate practical driver testing in Wairoa and possible short-term training solutions to help novice drivers prepare for test when they travel out of region. But Mayor Craig Little says they have offered solutions to the problem.
Even the local contracting company, QRS, has offered to put up temporary traffic lights once, however we need them, so the kids can get their licences.
We've done the best we can to find a way forward for our rangatahi, and I believe we've done an amazing job doing that, but we still need the testing back here. And we're not asking for 5 days, we're saying give us 2 days. 2 days of testing in Wairoa will make a huge difference.
Making a huge difference for rangatahi such as Meihana, who's sitting his restricted test this May.
I guess if this course wasn't here and maybe you got pulled over by the police, do you know where your path might have led?
Oh, I reckon my path would have led just to heaps of fines, heaps of court dates, probably some end up in the cells. But now I reckon I'm going somewhere here with my life.
After you set your restricted, you know, where do you want to go from there?
So after my restricted, I'd like to be a truckie, so you can travel everywhere around the world, hopefully get a good job, good money, and whare.
A driver's licence holding the key to his future.